What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Brock Lesnar never returning to WWE, huge details on Netflix revealed, a WWE legend undergoes major surgery, is Chris Jericho retiring, R-Truth's son wrestling now, a huge CM Punk match announced, Drew McIntyre buries a fan, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. Now let's do the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at Brock Lesnar never returning to WWE. Now our top story today takes a look at the very latest when it comes to the possible WWE return of Brock Lesnar. Lesnar hasn't been seen on WWE programming in 2024, and this is unlikely to change anytime soon. According to a new report from Dr. Chris Featherstone over on X, he claims that there are no plans for Lesnar to return, and Lesnar's return isn't even an internal discussion at this point in time. I've been informed that there's been no internal conversations regarding Brock Lesnar coming back to WWE, and the belief is that he will not be returning anytime in the foreseeable future. WWE are likely allowing legal issues to play out, and with that being out of their control, it makes a lack of sense for them to make any creative plans for Brock Lesnar. But it goes without saying that bringing Lesnar back without the legal issues settling is a huge risk, and it could lead to major backlash and controversy, which WWE want to avoid at all costs. As things stand, Brock Lesnar's final WWE match was at 2023 SummerSlam event, and this was an event in which Lesnar was defeated by Cody Rhodes, and Lesnar proceeded to go off script and endorse Rhodes in a huge moment. What are your thoughts on Brock Lesnar never coming back to WWE? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, WWE and Netflix to publicly release ratings. And when a show debuts on Netflix, unless the show is a surefire hit, the platform usually keeps viewership statistics behind closed doors. Due to this, fans and wrestling journalists have been under the impression that WWE Raw ratings won't be publicly disclosed when Raw debuts on Netflix in early January. However, this may not be the case. In a new report from The Athletic, Netflix has partnered with Nielsen to track viewership for its two NFL games scheduled for December 25th. This is an unprecedented move and definitely implies that the platform is open to using Nielsen to track the viewership of live programming. And Netflix and WWE will no doubt want to track how well the program is doing, and this would be the most sensible way to go about doing so. Next up, more details ahead of WWE on Netflix revealed. Speaking of WWE on Netflix, the platform has released some answers to some pressing questions that fans have had since the deal was announced. Now, the good news about the deal is that if fans miss the live versions of the show, then they will be able to catch up immediately, as replays will be available as soon as the show is culminated. Additionally, all WWE programming will be available to download approximately 48 hours after the show is finished. This is great news for fans who may want to wish to download content when they may be without Wi-Fi, and this is an element that is new to WWE content outside of the US, as on the old WWE network, it was impossible to download content for offline viewing. And finally, it's been confirmed directly by the platform that all plans will have access to live WWE content. This was one of the main concerns, as fans were under the impression that they would have to purchase the most premium plan to access Raw and other shows, but thankfully that isn't the case. And to be fair, that's quite a bargain, as the lowest premium plan is $6.99. Next up, a WWE legend undergoes major surgery. A WWE legend, Kevin Nash, took to Instagram this weekend to share details of his recent surgery. Nash would attach an image of his surgery, and the image was so graphic and bloody that Instagram had no choice but to censor the image. Nash informed fans that he has his shoulder and bicep repaired, saying, 16 days ago had my shoulder and bicep repaired. Heading to the gym to train my right side this afternoon. I basically went carnivore to keep the fat off. Already dropped 12 pounds of muscle and water. No matter how many times you go through this, it's always a mind F. Slow and easy wins the battle. And Nash's battles with injuries have been slowly but surely catching up to him over the past few years, and hopefully these surgeries will help him in the long term. We're wishing the former WWE champion a speedy recovery. Next up, Drew McIntyre buries a fan. Drew McIntyre's social media game continues to be incredible, and this weekend McIntyre took to X to respond to a fan who decided to mimic McIntyre's entrance. McIntyre had a simple comment to make on the viral video, and the comment certainly put the fan in his place. Is it possible to unsee things? The Bloodline Hunter himself remains one of the most compelling characters on WWE television, and it was reported this week that McIntyre is seen to be on the brink of becoming a top-tier main eventer in WWE. McIntyre is likely set for a huge match at WrestleMania, but it's unclear who McIntyre's opponent will be at this stage. Based on reports this week, it looks like WWE are moving around the WrestleMania card with matches now rumored including Logan Paul vs John Cena and Roman Reigns vs CM Punk. In relation to McIntyre, there are numerous options, and one of the common suggestions on social media is to see McIntyre complete his bloodline arc by facing Reigns on the grandest stage. Next up, a huge CM Punk match announced. The WWE is set for the annual Christmas show at Madison Square Garden on December 26th, and this weekend WWE confirmed a major CM Punk match for the show. Punk is now set for a 1v1 showdown with the talented Ludwig Kaiser. Now, this is a first time ever match, and it's a massive nod of approval for Kaiser, who's had a stellar 2024 and has shown the world that he's able to stand out on his own away from Gunther. WWE announcing Punk vs Kaiser definitely hints at them building towards Punk vs Gunther for the world title. Now, this match was rumored initially for Survivor Series War Games, but obviously WWE decided to pivot and go in a different direction. Punk vs Kaiser should be a fantastic matchup, and with the rabid MSG crowd in attendance, WWE will hopefully upload the match to their popular WWE Vault YouTube channel. Next up, R-Truth Son Wrestling. Could the next generation of the Killings family be about to step foot in the squared circle? During an Instagram live this weekend, R-Truth revealed that in the future his son Christopher could train with Natalya before commencing training at Booker T's school. He's going to go down there and train with Natty, then after that I'm going to send him to Booker T. Now, it appears for now at least his son is focused on his basketball aspirations, but having Truth's son involved in wrestling would be a great way for Truth to stay involved in the industry when he eventually retires. Next up is Chris Jericho retiring. Now, the work of Chris Jericho hasn't exactly been met with rave reviews in recent years, and Jericho has even started to receive the dreaded chants of "please retire." With that being said, Jericho has no signs of slowing down or stepping away from the ring, as during a new interview with TMZ, the current Ring of Honor World Champion stated that he's focused on creating new memories and evolving. I mean, it's just to continue to do memorable things and to create new memories for people and to continue evolve in this business that I've been in love with since I was a teenager. So if you're looking at facts and figures, there's really nothing left to accomplish for me. If you're looking for just continuing to enjoy what I'm doing and create, like I said, cool moments for people to remember and cheer for or boo for, whatever it may be, that's basically what I have left to accomplish. Jericho made his ring debut in 1990, and the fact that he's still wrestling is crazy to think about. Whilst Jericho's recent work has been met with criticism, the fact that he's been wrestling for so long deserves some appreciation. Next up, a top NXT star is main roster ready. Our final story today takes a look at some interesting comments from Obafemi, who revealed during an interview with the Ringer podcast that he would jump at the chance of moving to the main roster, but first he wants to win the NXT title. I've always, just because when I was young I grew up watching SmackDown and Raw, and from my general understanding of progression in the game, you go from developmental to the main roster. And for that reason alone, yes, I will jump the window tomorrow. But I also feel like I have a part to play in elevating what NXT is seen as today. That's why I want to win the NXT Championship and represent this brand and be the top guy and show that professional wrestling is still a sport and all that. So as much as I want to leave, I feel like I have a lot to offer NXT. There were rumors last month that Femi was main roster bound, however Femi is currently in a feud with NXT champion Trick Williams. The status of Femi's inevitable main roster call-up will likely depend on if he defeats Williams, as a lot of fans are seeing their featured title match with the unbilled stipulation that the loser moves to the main roster. Femi is an outstanding talent and all signs point towards him being a total megastar on either Raw or SmackDown. But there you have it folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below. I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.